My takeaway from last night's Super Bowl as a Steelers fan is that the team that we're trying to build here, this concept works. You don't need an elite quarterback to win games, even on the biggest stage, even against the biggest opponents, if you have a system that starts and is built around the trenches. If you go back to their last Super Bowl victory in 2018, they had 5 offensive linemen that were graded in the top 50 on Pro Football Focus in run blocking grade. They also had a running back by committee. They had LeGarrette Blount, they had Jay Ajayi, and they had Darren Sproles. Now, Najee, he might not be Saquon Barkley, but he can be LeGarrette Blount, Jalen Warren, Jay Ajayi all day long. I don't know if Cordero Patterson is Darren Sproles, not at this point in his career anyway, but that committee can do things if you get guys in front of them who can move people. This year was all about the defensive trenches, their commitment to those positions, Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, a couple years removed from their drafting now, but those chickens coming home to roost now, and the things that they're able to do to harass Mahomes, only sending their front four. Proof positive that you should still be fighting fire with water and not your own fire, especially if you don't have a Zippo in your pocket. They also proved that you don't need an elite quarterback to win. Now, regardless of what you think on Jalen Hurts, who is one of these quarterbacks who polarizes opinions for whatever reason, the Eagles didn't need him to be elite for many of their games this year. He had more than a handful of games where he barely broke 100 passing yards. I just hope that people will finally stop screaming, it's not even worth playing the games if you don't have a franchise quarterback. We know how important the quarterback, he touches the ball on every play. We know this. But last night proves that even if you have that elite guy, if you can't protect him, he ain't doing nothing back there. They made Pat Mahomes look like Kenny Pickett last night. The directive from the top, from Mr. Rooney, has been clear: fix the run game. They hired the guy who helped build that line in Philly to do the same thing here. You look at the investment they made in the offensive trenches last year, drafting 3 immediate starters on that offensive line. The focus this year is going to be on those defensive trenches. They've already paid a lot of attention to those guys in the Senior Bowl. That's going to continue throughout the rest of this draft process, and be prepared for a high Steelers draft pick on the defensive line come this April.